Hi, welcome back to page 39, and before we continue the exercises, let's make a little bit of theory. Actually, it's going to be like a review, okay? Review. Okay. And in here, I want to tell you, to review with you, to remember, or even present for the first time, how can we tell if a number it is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And let's see each case, because it's very important to know those, okay? Now, the first one, let's make, what is the pen? It's in here. When it is divisible by 2. Well, it is going to be divisible by 2. Let me take this pen. Yes, okay. It's going to be divisible by 2 when the number is even, okay? There is nothing, okay? We know that 2, 4, 6, 18, 22, and so on. Now, when is it divisible by 3? Now that it starts to be fun. It's going to be divisible by 3. I'm going to, let's change color in here. It's going to be divided by 3 when the sum of all digits is divisible by 3. Okay? For instance, you know that 18 it is divisible by 3. Why? Because if you add 1 and 8, the digits, it's 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. We also know that 24, it is divisible by 3. Why? Because 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6, it is divisible by 3. Now, when the number it is divisible by 4, it is going to be divisible by 4 when the last 2 digits are divisible by 4. Okay, for example, if I just give you the number 380, well, you know that 80 it is divisible by 4, so 380 must also be divisible. For instance, if I give you 23,716, it is divisible by 4. Why? Because 16 it is divisible by 4. Okay, only look at the 2 last digits. They must be multiples of 4. Okay, now or divisible by 4. Now, when is it divisible by 5? Well, this one is easy. Okay, this one we know by heart. It is when the last digits are divisible. I mean, not divisible. When the last digits are 0 or 5. Okay, like 125, like 700, 705, and so on. Now, let's continue. When is the number divisible by 1, 2, 3, 5, 6? Okay, it's going to be 6, then 8, and then 9. Let's see. Oh, divisible by, divisible by, divisible by. Okay, now it is, let's make this color in here. Let's put the blue. Yeah, let's put the blue in here. Okay, and when is it divisible by 6? Okay, well, to be divisible by 6, it means that it must be divisible by 2 and also divisible by 3. Okay, so if it is if that number is even and the sum of all its digits it is divisible by 3, then we say that that number it is going to be divisible by 6, okay? For instance, if we take 96, okay? 96, it is even, good. And 96, it is also divisible by 3. Why? Because 96, if we just sum 9 and 6, it is 15, and 15, it is a multiple of 3. So it is divided by 2 because it's even, and it's divided by 3 because if we add 9 and 6, 9 and 6, it is 15, and this is divisible by 3. If it's divided by 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. Well, the rule for to be divisible by 8, it's not very interesting, but at least it's something, right? It's when the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. Well, up to 1000 it doesn't help much, right? But at least if you have 12,000, 75,000, so on, okay, it means that the thousands are not important. Why? Because the thousands are divisible by 8, okay? 1000 divided by 8, it is 125. So don't worry about the thousands, only work about the last 3 digits, okay? That's what it makes the number be divisible by 8. And to be divisible by 9, yeah, this one is interesting. Let's take this one. To be divisible by 9, it means that the sum of all digits are divisible by, what do you think? By 9. So 18, it is divisible by 9 because if we just sum 1 and 8, it is 9. For instance, let's make a number here. 250 what? I want to make something like this. 250 something. Okay. Well, 250 and something. Now, what is going to be the last digit? Well, the sum of all the digits must be divisible by 9. So 250. We have 7 already. So it gotta be 252. Okay, so 252, it is going to be divisible by 9, okay, and it's just 28 in this case. Okay, so this is the theory I would like to discuss with you. Not theory, okay, just like recap. Now let's actually go to our exercises. Okay. Oh, and you say, but this has nothing to do with arithmetic progression. Well, what did I tell you in our classes? I always tell you that I'm never going to teach you just one topic. I mean, if you are just interested in discussing just one topic, then this is the wrong channel for you, okay? Because my philosophy is math. It is about connecting everything. This is math, okay? Okay, so now this is going to be exercise number 40, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be 40. Okay, and it goes like that. How many multiples? Oh, if you're not interested about the exercise, you can just stop, okay, the video. It's already done. Okay. Now, how many multiples? Oops, there is a how in here. How many multiples of 4 is there in the range? Now look at the notation I'm using, okay? Another thing to enrich our class. This is like this. So this is one question, and the second one. What is the sum? What is the sum of all those multiples of 4 within that range? Okay, So this is the exercise. Again, okay, pause for a minute. You have the range. And if you don't know this, let me tell you already. When you write the range like this is when the brackets are like this, turn to the inside, we are considering inclusive 150. And when the brackets, it is like that, okay, to the outside, it means that we are not considering 500, okay. It goes from inclusive 150 to 499. We are not considering, okay. So I want to know how many multiples of 4 is there in this range, okay. I just made a correction, it's R, I'm sorry. Okay, so how many multiples of 4 are there in this range? This is the first question. And then I also want to know from you, what is the sum? If we sum everybody, what is going to be that sum? Okay, think for a minute, pause, and in a few seconds I'm going to explain. But it's very important again that to take your pencil, your mechanical pencil, whatever, take a paper and try for yourself. It's very important that you try for your own. Okay, assuming you did your part, let's start resolving the exercise. Okay, the first thing we have to know is, we have to know how many are there. To know that, we have to know this. A sub n, the last one, is going to be the first one plus n minus 1 times d. Well, d in here, it is going to be 4, right? Because we are going 4 by 4. So this is just 4. N, it's what we are trying to find. A1, maybe it's 150. We have to see what is this. But now let's just find what is A1 and AN. Okay, the last one. Okay, so what is A1? It must be divisible by 4, right? So the last two digits must be divisible by 4. Is 50 divided by 4? Okay, let's see. So is 150 divisible by 4? That's what we are trying to find. And actually the question is okay, 50 divisible by 4 an integer? That's what we're trying to find, right? Okay, that is the real question. Okay, we know that 50 divided by 2, it is 25. 25 by 2 does not give an integer. So 150, it is not going to be divided by 4, okay? Now, what can you try? What, 52? Yes, I believe 52, it helps, it does the job. Why? Because if you get 52, let's see here, if it's not, okay, I'm just trying, okay, so now is 52 divisible by 4 an integer? Well, 52 divided by 2, it is 26, right? And 26 divided by 2 is 13, yes. So the answer to this is yes. Because 52 divided by 4, it is just 13. 3 times 4, 12, goes 1, 4 with 1, 5. Okay, yes. So it does the job. So 52 works. Okay, so the number we want, it is this one. So A1 is going to be 152. Okay, so we already know A1. Good. Now let's try to find AN. Oh, I'm doing with this, right? Like this. Okay, now let's find, this is A1. Now let's find the last one, AN. Well, it goes over to 500. Okay. Now, is 500 divisible by 4? Well, actually it doesn't matter, right? Because we're not going to use. But let's see, because if it is, I just have to subtract 4. Okay. Yes, it is. Why? Because 0 0 divided by 4 is an integer, right? Okay, it's an integer. It's 0, right? It's just 0. It works, okay? But we're not going to use 500 because we can't use it. So an must be 496. Oops, I just said, but I just wrote something else. So 196. Okay, so this is our an. Okay, so an is this. Okay, now let's just get an. Okay, let's find out the first question. And finally, for the first question, an is going to be a1 plus n minus 1 times d. Let's substitute 496 equals 152 plus n minus 1 times 4. Okay, so this is going to be 496 minus 152 divided by 4, okay, plus 1, okay, no, plus 4, right? Yes, it's going to be plus 4. So this is just a plus 1. Okay, it's plus 1, okay, because we put this one in here, divide by 4, and this minus 1, which is going to be alone in here. And this is just n. So n, it is going to be 87, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we have 87 terms. So 87 terms. This is the first question. Okay, now let's go for the last part. What is the sum of all those multiples within that range? Well, the sum of those 87 terms, it is going to be what? The first one, which is 152 plus its equidistant term, the last one, 496, and that must be multiplied by how many terms? 87, and divide all that by 2. Okay, now if we just do everything, you are going to get the answer. It is 28,188. Okay, so this is the summation of all those 87 terms. Okay, the exercise itself, it's not complicated, just apply the formula. But what I wanted to bring to you, it is how to know the division by numbers. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed the exercise.